There's an out of entry for out of context theater. Sway, the darn boar is so hard to woo. What? You don't love your pets. I think they actually used that line in the Lunar Eternal Blue remake with Hero and Ruby. It's okay to love your pet, but you can't love your pet.
Not in this state, anyway.
Well, if it isn't Ashley. Ah, so she...
Okay, so this is the orchard.
Okay.
So I keep going to find the blacksmith shop, I hope.
Oh, and hopefully they'll have giveaways or like initial tools for free. We're kind of screwed otherwise.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I'm trying to find out what it wants. And...
Huh. Interesting.
Husband material, am I right? Let's go this way.
Come on, dude, man up. Pueblo Farm. Okay, here we go. Okay, so those are for taking care of the pets. What about eggs? Yeah.
Too bad.
So you had to see some orichalcum, the legendary, ore. The metal ore used for the tool.
So he's assuming we have the tool.
Do we not start out with them?
They weren't in my rucksack, so...
Huh.
Let's go back to the farm and see if I can use them.
Yeah, I guess let's see. Pueblo Farm. Oh, there's like Harvest Elves or something?
I guess so.
I guess in honor of Christmas we have... Okay, looks like she's got one of everything. Like how your watering can is pink, I guess to remind you that you're playing the girl.
Right.
Kingfish Prince. So there's a lot more going on to this game than I would have...
what were you talking about?
Kingfish Prince, they're in the middle of this page.
Ah.
Okay. So no surprise there's fishing, there.
There's the eagle eye view of our farm.
That's cool.
Obviously, I'll be wanting to do all that there.
Right, we have a fair bit of farmland.
Okay.
Now, what if it's one of those games that has like greenhouses and other stuff, or you do have a lot of space to start with, so it might just be this. I don't think the dog's gonna come until it likes you more.
I'm just pressing buttons to try to find my item.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can't pull up any tools.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So we probably have to get them from somebody.
But if it's not from the blacksmith, then where the heck are they? That's the thing. I don't think that's actually true. Because on the one hand, we have the tool thing here, and on the other, it is such an integral part of the game, it would not have made it difficult to miss.
Right.
So, I'm going to very briefly look this up to see what's going on.
Yeah, I wonder if there's something that, while we were distracted earlier and then might have missed.
No, I was never distracted for any kind of dialogue. It was never explained how to pull up a tool.
Okay.
So that's why I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
All right. So while Ben is doing that, it is now the 2nd to start 2016. Any of you have some New Year's resolutions you plan on, you're going to try to follow through this year? Like this year for sure, you're going to lose the 20 pounds, get a nice job, pick up a new hobby. I gotta say,
that's stupid.
I gotta say, with you, Ben and I have been playing some rock band. It's like, I'm thinking about learning an instrument.
Oh no! Don't tell me.
Wow, what's wrong?
Yeah, that's... Okay. I'm going to read further on the walkthrough, because that is what we have to do in order to pull up tools.
Okay.
But as all of you can see, we only have the one tool.
Right. And I imagine you probably can't throw seeds onto soil.
That's what made me lose them last time.
Right. But you can't just say yes, Sway. You have to tell us what resolution. Gotta share with the class. Inkbig made one 20 years ago to never make another resolution. It's the only one he's kept. Okay, fair enough. I'm kind of doing the standard ones, like losing weight and stuff like that, because I'm a pretty buff guy. I work out a lot and stuff like that. But I haven't been able to for about the last 2 months since Ben was in the car accident. I've been helping out a lot more. It's kind of thrown off the schedule and everything. So yeah, that kind of mine is just catch up with what I had been doing. And then, like I was saying earlier, with us playing Rock Band, it's like I'm thinking that I want to take another instrument. I'm 33. I haven't played anything since since being in a jazz band in high school. And it's like what, maybe not a guitar, but I think I'm gonna learn something.
Yeah, this isn't good. I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. And of course, none of the FAQs actually help. Okay, let's go for the boys walkthrough, because that actually might have something going on, and see if I can figure it out. And I'm sorry if I sound like really ticked off, but I've never before had a problem with a Harvest Moon game just trying to figure out what I have to do to start.
Yeah, this seems really weird. Sway just needs to meditate more, read more, write more. Well, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Ben's a writer too. I'm not sure that's on his list, And likewise, as a game designer, I'm definitely trying to do more work and deal with get my schedules set up so that I can actually keep that going. Sway resolved last year to not get mad at other drivers and kept that one pretty much 90% angry, less angry on the road. Well, hey, that's a good one. Yeah, I was reading not reading, but I heard on the radio about, I'd say probably a couple months ago now, and it was a comparison of road rage and Twitter rage. And how the veil of anonymity encourages people to lash out in ways they wouldn't normally. And of course I've always been and CC might be able to back me up with the people that she interacts with, community manager and everything. Although I imagine Natsume games probably tend to have a better fan base than your typical Call of Duty game or something. But I've always been under the mindset that people have their basically like like acting nice is the mask, and people in the true form is what slips through when people think they can get away with it. But maybe that's the cynical part of me. Inkbag says, how do you not get mad at drivers who try and wave you through red lights when they have the right of way? Yeah. Let Ben can tell you a story about right of way, and
I could, but I'm not going to.
So you find out what's going on?
No, that's the thing. There are 3 FAQs on GameFAQs, and none of them help me out.
Okay.
Presumably, I'm supposed to have the tools by now, and I don't. So now that everything should be open, I'm just going to start running through everything and see if I can't find it.
Right. Let's see. It says given to the player at the start of the game.
But it wasn't. It was not given to me. Otherwise I would have it.
Sway said in December she vowed not to yell at stupid people on Facebook and instead replied to them with a Christmas image on the post. Yeah, I think it's a good way of handling it.
Yeah, if I can't figure out a way to do this, I'm going to have to call mission failed on this one.
How are things going? Not so well.
Yeah, it is.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's entirely possible there's just something obvious that I'm missing. But for the life of me, I can't figure it out.
Tool guide, back to nature. So you start back to nature with several tools.
But I don't! Wait, there's a doctor.
Yeah, I have the foggiest. It's like, yeah, everything in here is assuming that you have. You start the game with all this stuff. Harvest back to nature. I'm sure you already checked that through, but. And you tried using the R1 to switch between tools?
Yeah, that's R1 plus X, I think. Which lets me switch between... Or it's R1 plus square. Which lets me choose between seeds, but that's it.
What happens if you do...
Basically, I've hit every button combination of things that I can do. You'll understand the basic controls. The mining. 5 basic farming tools. Okay, at the start of the game, you'll find the hammer, watering can, etc. inside the toolbox. Inside the toolbox?
Must have been something pretty painful we missed. Yeah, Inkbag, I was looking it up too. Yeah, toolbox inside the house. It seems like that's what we have to do.
It would have been great if somebody had mentioned that.
Uh-oh. These guys look annoying. I don't know how I feel about these guys. Yeah, there we go. Tool chest in the house. All right. Thank you, Inkbig. Yeah, I guess the game just expects you to poke around and explore everything instead of. Yeah, I just looked that up too. Yeah, tool in the house.
Yeah. Remember, Inkbig, there is a delay of about 30 seconds between what we say and what you hear.
Well, I'm sure he's pretty familiar with how the Twitch stuff works.
Now
I can talk about that guy. That's the man. Let's lollygag at a slow pace and go
Yeepers!
Well, at least he's away from the farm now. I think we found that about the same time, man.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate you looking it up, though. Since Ben missed it when he was moving forward.
Well, I didn't miss it. It's that it wasn't actually there.
What? No.
Because I didn't Google for it, among other things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at GameFAQs because I assumed, silly me, that if it would be anywhere, it would be on an FAQ. But
it was an FAQ. I saw that out.
That's why I specified game FAQs.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, we got our pony.
More stuff is happening.
Please note, ponies do not grow into horses.
That's what I was about to say. It's like, yeah, colt might have been the word there.
Yeah.
Of course, with the graphic style and the name Colt, this reminds me of Monster Rancher.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, a game that could take like 30 years of game time, and you look exactly the same as when you started. Yeah, I think the thing Inkbig was Ben just didn't have the time to...
No, seriously. I looked at 3 FAQs on Game FAQs. There are only 3 of them. None of them specify where your tools are found.
If you had Googled, if you had like Control F for tool, you would have eventually found Toolbox, and that's what I did. It's not. That's not how horses work.
Look.
It's all one word. As I said, you do start with tool.
Because I tried that too.
It was a different FAQ then. And I also did Back to Nature instead of Boy and Girl.
Silly me for looking at the game we're actually playing.
I figured I could answer that one for you. Obviously, we are not going to not hug all the animals. Okay, we have a horse to name. If nobody volunteers, we'll name it after you. So we'll name it after one of you anyway. Oh, we could call it Cece. You know, she's been pretty helpful.
I'm not sure how she would appreciate being associated with the pony. Yeah, if anyone wants to have the horse, or pony, horse, whatever, named after you, go for it.
Ghost Dad recommended Mortimer, but unfortunately, we only get 6 characters. Oh, Cece says Horsey. A horse named Horsey.
Vex asks if either of us have any animals. We live in the same apartment, so the answer would be the same for either of us. And unfortunately, the answer is no.
Yeah, we have a pet-free apartment. We got 2 votes for Leon. I think we can go with that. I was thinking we could hold out for the cow for Leon. The horse works. CC said, as the streamer she regularly watches, who named one of his cows Cece, so every week I burst in and thought, did you milk me yet? I don't think I'd risk trying that with a female streamer. I think that would give people the wrong idea.
Right.
Although what I did mention that for the last night when we're going to do for the Maids of Milking, we're going to be doing Harvest Moon. Somebody in the chat said sexy. It's like,
No,
yeah.
It actually isn't.
Not so much.
Okay.
I plan on streaming at some point. I plan on streaming XCOM, and naming, and of course naming the soldiers after the people in the chat and everything. And yeah, the part of me that feel bad about that, because when they die, and they probably would be a lot, so
Okay, maybe now I can finally start.
Yeah, go to the house and the right.
Because the thing that got me was that there are 2 things in here. Because this is what I checked.
Right.
And I assumed that this was just like a bin or something.
What could be in the toolbox?
Okay. Oh, this could be a problem.
You only have one at a time?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
I have only room for 3 items.
3 items at a time. Just put the seeds away and...
No, I'm going to use the hoe, and since littering doesn't matter,
then plant
use
them,
the seeds.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
They're ready to water, too.
I only have room for 3 things.
Vivek said, Ben is just blind. Mystery solved. Well, he is the one that wears glasses between the 2 of us.
They might be smudged, but I would doubt it. Okay, and seeds, yay!
Swace recommended for the cow, the awesome guy in Force gets mad at when he dies, and Leon mispronounces his name. Yeah, Luis. Yeah,
Lewis. There's already a Lewis, so but we could do that.
Yeah.
There we are. Okay.
So seed and then water, right?
Yeah, watering it before you seed it would not really help out a whole lot.
But the ground's already wet, right?
Okay. Watering can. And let's go with sickle for now, so that we don't litter. Heaven help us if we litter.
Well, the cops don't actually catch criminals. They must only be after the litterers and jaywalkers. We'll have to fill it out.
Okay. Map. Where is the?
Oops. You're right on the stream, pretty much.
Well, I'm wondering if it is the stream I have to fill it up at, or because I'm not sure if I actually can do it at the stream. But I don't see any other sources of water.
Yeah, there's no well or anything. So.
Okay.
Inkbag recommends after watering, smash them with the hammer. You got there's your pool. Yeah, you got to get your seeds good and firmly in there, right? Oh, can she hit multiple tiles or just the one?
Probably if I upgraded it could.
Yeah.
Nothing. Even if I planted them yesterday, they wouldn't be here.
And I kind of wish we had put all those weeds in the bin. Because go haul weed.
Okay, now that I actually know how to get the tools and whatnot, my temper will improve a great deal. There.
Vex recommends to simulate sunlight by lighting your plants on fire. That'll go great. That'll go great with Ghost Dad's herb garden idea. Just make it all burn.
Let's see, this is the barn.
I forget which battle it was, but I remember reading up one of those Civil War things, and apparently, yeah, artillery lit up like this gigantic stockpiles of hemp on the battlefield. It's like, yeah, that's.
Oh, there he is.
Cece said the only downside of playing a girl in the older Harvest Moon games is the game ends when you get married. I guess on the one hand, you could think of it as that means you win, like you get the husband to do all the farm stuff for you.
Tell us more positive things about Heavy Rain. I swear, Inkbig, you and me are gonna have it out at this rate. Okay.
The graphics are pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Okay. No, I wanted the hammer. That's what I wanted. I'm not going to bother with watering can right now. Actually, I should probably just go to bed. No, yeah.
It's not 6 o'clock, yeah.
I was thinking, when does the bar open? Is that 8?
We don't have any money anyway.
It doesn't matter. I can still talk to people.
Okay. Yeah, probably.
Let's see.
I guess you could probably also start smashing up the rocks, for a little bit.
Yeah, I had to get the hammer.
Yeah. Drop the hammer.
There we are. All right, hammer time.
We were at speaking of Cece, with her name there, we were at a Cece's pizza place one time when James Brown, I'm thinking of, right, with Super Freak came on, and I was expecting it to be, hammer time. It's like, that was one of the very first examples of sampling. Somebody else makes a pretty, iconic riff, borrow it. And make a lot of money off of it.
There we go. Then, yeah, I think I'll go to the bar at 8 and let that be the end of it for the day.
Vex says also interactive gameplay. True. There, for better or for worse, there are a few things that do what Heavy Rain did.
Okay, how do I get to the...
Rick James, not James Brown. That's what I meant. Rick James. I remember the James part, but not the first part.
That did sound a little odd to me.
Sorry.
But I'm actually playing
white. Sorry, that's my defense. I am entirely too white to know to be able to tell those guys apart. Ghost Dad also says to make sure to burn Nicolas Cage alive to guarantee a bountiful harvest. If this game does go all Wicker Man, I think that's where we bail.
Well, we do get bees later, so... Okay. Bar.
Mm-hmm.
What?
So does it not open till 10?
To 9 p.m.
What a terrible
This is such
bar.
a small town place. Holy cow. The roaring nightlife, you stay up until 10 o'clock.
Right.
Criminy.
Although that does remind me that I mentioned this in the stream a couple times too, but I drove for Uber for a couple months, when it was here in the town near us in Missouri, and yeah, pretty much all the bars, even in a campus town, tend to close at around 1, which is fine for me. It's like I'm kind of a night owl, but even keep staying up till 3 is pretty long. But I could not count the number of complaints. People like newcomers from Chicago and stuff like that would have. It's like, why do the bars close so early? It's like you want closing time to be 2 a.m. or something, and it was always 1 at the latest in Columbia. But yeah, and 9 is still early, even for that. You probably need a specialty or an upgraded hammer for the large rocks, I would assume.
I wouldn't think so. It just takes more hits.
But it's not like you have a stamina or anything to worry about, right?
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
Yeah,
it's not tracked. Yeah.
It's not obvious.
Well, that's what I meant.
Right.
Yeah. It obviously it is tracked internally. You just can't see it.
Yeah, you missed it, but the character dabbed her face with a handkerchief that showed that she was tired. Chris, maybe you're right, and I do need a special hammer to get rid of it.
I would think so. Yeah.
Wow.
It's probably one of those things where as you make more progress, it'll get further in there with better tools and stuff like that, you can get more land and move to make more, plant more stuff. Yeah, there we go.
Ah, okay.
Fair enough. I wonder where you're supposed to find ore at, 'cause that's going to be important, but... Yeah, thanks, CC. We just now thought to check the rocks, and yeah, it tells us.
I hope that talking to it here in the barn is all right.
there, Leon. Oh, that's great. And yeah, talking works until you can get, obviously the brush or whatever will help, but yeah, just talking to it still helps a little bit.
Now, where is my dog?
Vex says, Wayne, I'm tempted to gift Ben Deadly Premonition. He did say that, we have a standing offer that if you buy us stuff, we will at least play it. We may not finish it, but we will play it. So yeah, let your conscience be your guide when it comes to that stuff. Yeah, CC mentioned the upgrade system. Yeah, Ben found the book in the
library.
Lars, hey, it's that dog. Yeah, we should have made Leon the dog or something. And yeah, we talked to the blacksmith and found out that we'll need ore and cash to upgrade it. She's kind of cute. Kai must be the cool guy who smokes and leaves his motorcycle running. And
oh, you cat!
I wonder if this has one of those things where, well, if the game ends when you get married, I would assume not. Like CC said. Yeah, that is Karen. See, I thought so. This has the same cast as the N64 one, right? Because I remember talking about Karen. Yeah, she was my favorite too in the N64 one. Ikbeg says he can see E.T. in our future. At least it'll be short,
I long for the day when someone wants me to play a good game.
Mog did end up gifting us a Hotiful Boyfriend. Does that count? As a reminder for those of you that are new that we do have a YouTube channel, same name. Well, it's Dash Wayne now to keep it separate on our comments, but Group Gamers. And if you want to see any of the stuff we've streamed on Christmas before you found our channel, it is up there. Cece says from the Mineral Town her favorite is Potpourri. She hates pink, but close by, easily pleased, and a fair target for the lazy farmer. I like that. Yeah, it's like there are all these girls in town, but I just want to date the one who's next door, So I have to ask, CC, of the guys, do you have a preference, when you play a girl in this game, or do you? And if you go for girls, yourself, in real life, that is perfectly. We don't judge here. It could be a good game. How about a second copy of Heavy Rain?
Vex asks, so what kind of games do you like, Ben? Good ones!
More seriously, I actually don't really have a set kind of game that I like. It is much more a question of if there is something that can hook me into it.
Right.
Generally, that'll be a game with a good story. BioShock had that. Mass Effect had that to a bit.
Deus Ex had that. But then you have things like, I was playing Rock Band, and it actually worked pretty well. Because I kind of like, the beats and the action and things like that. So it's sort of thing where, if there's something that I can latch onto and say, okay, this is pretty cool. And sometimes it can be really weird things, like, ironically for the Fallout series, it wasn't so much the storyline, even though that was pretty solid, but just the fact that you get to shoot people with a variety of really interesting weapons. It's like, okay, sure.
Yeah, to kind of give I guess the way I would put it is that Ben wants a high medium. He wants a couple really good things in a game, but otherwise there can be some drawbacks to it. Whereas I want a high mean. I can't have I have to have a lot of pretty good things that all come together, and I'm more patient to deal with minor flaws. So like some of my favorite games tend to be RPGs, so they tend to be long, or sometimes too long, tend to have some problems, stuff like that. But on the whole, they also have good writing, decent gameplay, stuff to sink your teeth into. So. Cece says that she hooked up with Cliff. He would have pursued the doctor, but Ellie's too nice to steal her man. Yeah, I was starting to say earlier, and then I remembered you mentioning the game ends when you get married. But I read that in... I forgot where it started, but basically there's like... There are like canon couples that if you don't take any of them, then there's like NPCs they'll hook up with, typically. And I didn't know if this game would have those because, of course, the game ends early. Vex said, like Black Ops 3. We bailed out at Black Ops 2 because, and that was a good example to it. It's like the gameplay was fun, graphics are good and everything, but the story was really weak in parts, and Ben quit because of that deficiency. We'll do Vex. I will message you as soon. Let me make a mental note. In fact,
And by mental note, he means a
physical note,
an electronic note at least.
Done. Inkbag mentioned Math Rabbit. I guess that's an older one, kind of. Yeah, I remember. Do you remember Number Crunchers?
Number Muncher?
Number Munchers, that was it. Yeah, we're going really old school on that one, but I really like that one. Cece said, all of the Mineral Town games have those, and they eventually stopped putting them in, as rival couples were super divisive among the fan base. Yeah, I can imagine. I'm not in a fandom that gets bad about the waifu wars and stuff, but they certainly exist, yeah. Gush Dad said he liked Heavy Rain until getting to the stripping scene. That was pretty bad. Yeah. Of course, Madison in general was kind of like it's like David Cage had a list of girl tropes, and the stripping, the weird rape thing with the ninja that she had to hide from, and it was.
And then the weird doctor thing.
Yeah, and then But she gets kidnapped like more times in one game than it takes like at least 2 or 3 Nintendo games worth of kidnappings.
Lorax used to play Number Munchers.
Yeah. That was our elementary school era too.
I wonder who the bachelor options are. And I know Rick is one. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Cliff is probably one.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I think there should be 5, I believe. I think there were...
I bet the guy who just did the confessional might be one, but he doesn't come back until summer.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least it looks that way.
Come on, Stu. yeah, David Cage just has some fetishes. Yeah. Vex mentions recalls Number Munchers, but not fondly. Yeah, it's... as far as it's good as far as edutainment goes. Like, Ben and I were big fans of the Super Solvers games. But Number Munchers got really weird on the higher. Basically, if you were above any point beyond basic math, it was just really, really weird. Like one of the versions had algebra in there, and you trying to when you're a kid trying to solve for variables, in a grid of stuff on a timer. That was way too stressful for Lil Wayne.
Right.
Odell Lake was his jam. Is that in Odell Down Under? Or is that a different thing? If that's the one where you got to play as a great white shark and eat things in the game, that was one of our favorites too.
Okay. So let's put it in the rucksack.
Hopefully we can get more space, soon.
Several thousand for that.
And that's the story of why Wayne is not an engineer. Yeah, I was really into science and photonics, especially when I was in high school. It's like I cannot do math. I can't do it well. I can't do it fast. I have a good memory for numbers. Basically, it's like if I understand, the basics involved, the formula and everything, I'm very fast and very accurate. But I just don't have the mental. I'll be honest, I don't have the IQ, the capacity, and everything for learning the advanced stuff. Like I actually tried learning calculus on my own time, and it just got nowhere with it. It's like the only class I ever got a C in high school was the pre-calc math like advanced math class my senior year. I ended up getting a C in that one. Lorax said, "Spice happened my century." Yeah, I know Team Fortress is a thing, but
So I'm basically digging too greedily and too deep at this point.
oh, I think that's ore.
Well, the other stuff was ore too, but not copper.
Copper's actually probably one of the most important ones right now because that's the next step.
And I think that's all the room I've got for it.
Did you just automatically put something in her back? Oh no, that was finishing that animation. So what's the rock stuff that you're digging up?
That's called junk ore.
Ah, so you could sell it, I guess, if you had the space.
Oops.
But
Last thing I don't have space for it, so I'm just trying to go for the good stuff.
right. You get one more copper and then walk your way out, or whatever this is. Ooh,
Mistral,
the
that's
good-
what I want.
The good stuff, yeah.
Um,
Junk the bamboo because we can get that later.
yeah, that'll work.
Mm.
Then actually, how did I eat it? It was... There we go.
Oh, might help get you some energy.
Oh, so I go all the way back now.
nice.
Okay. So now I have to find out how I put stuff away, because I'm going to put that Mistral away.
Right. I think you take it to the.
This is the woodcutter's place. That's not where I go.
I think you have to go back to your farm and put it in the bin in your room.
Which bin?
Not the toolbox, the other one.
Okay, I've already picked that up.
Dog. Yeah, the first time that we saw Ashley here pick up the dog, like from the hind legs, holding it forward like a gun, just cracked me up.
Okay, this is where I put it.
Yep. Oh,
Maybe not. Okay, let's put it in the other bin.
what could be in there?
Nope, that's not it.
Okay.
Huh.
Well, we don't want to sell it, that's for sure. What's that first thing in the fancy box? Yeah, what is that? Can you put the stuff in the case? No. Aw.
I guess maybe I can't.
Can you hold it in your hands and then put it and then is it like a put down animation or something?
Well, if I chuck it with the X button, but that could destroy it.
Right.
Well, let's. Okay, so that just opens it up.
Right.
That just opens that up too.
Yeah. Weird.
Huh.
Well, let me look that up real quick so you don't accidentally throw it away.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna sell the copper one, so.
Well, copper's the one you need next.
Oh, I can't move. Oh, it was because there's
yeah.
animation. Oh, I bet this is one of the potential bachelors.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Oh yeah, he's got the hearts icon. Necessary to upgrade. Oh, so as long as you have the experience, you can skip ahead. You don't have to go in order. But it's good because it'll save you some money. How to upgrade? You need
It's so cute.
2 mines. There are more asterisks model. Try box. Toolbox. Let's see. Bring the ore. Put the tool.
There seem to be a lot of deadbeats in this game.
Mailbox, message box, toolbox, icebox. You can click
Okay,
it.
so I would have to sell.
Okay, there's fodder and stuff like that.
I'm guessing grass gets turned into fodder, right?
Yeah, it looks that way. Mailbox. Yeah, I'm not sure where you're supposed to put stuff.
Keep going to the wrong place.
Vex was saying the Ben and Harvestmen are not agreeable. Yeah,
I'm very agreeable, actually.
Cece says you're on the right track. You have so little money at the start of the game. Just go ahead and sell them.
Right.
There's the bin in the field.
So
Okay.
Well, that's to sell it, though. What we were looking for was how to store them, which we might not be able to.
Right. Yeah, that's very true. You know, they try to make some. Yeah, wait until you've got more stamina and everything. As it is.
What a pushover.
That was something to bin to sell. Okay, this is still good advice though. Face a rectangular box. Face it from the longer side. Hold, so make sure you're up against it and press X and throw it in. You'll see the box shake if you did it right. Inventory items require you get the first house upgrade. Once you do, you put items from your rucksack in the cupboard or fridge. Whether perishable or not perishable. So you actually can't store them yet.
I see.
So yeah. Karen is a lot friendlier in this game than she was in the N64 version. Yeah, normally alcohol helps mellow people out, but I guess not. Not drinking makes her normal in this one.
So in that case, let's go to the bin. If I can still put it in by today, so...
Yeah. You get until 5, I think it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess I might as well keep continuing to improve my farm while I'm at it.
Right. Yeah, the fact that you have to go a little out of your way to mine stuff, and then you...
Well, it isn't too far out of the way, is the good thing.
Okay. And yeah, and knowing now that you... well, there we go. Perfect. Don't throw the hammer away. Yeah, knowing that you're basically just going to be selling it anyway means you might as well get something to hold in your hands, too. You know, next time you're there, and just walk it back to the bin and throw 3 things in at once.
And actually, I think I'll just go ahead and keep mining.
Okay. Yeah, might as well.
'Cause, yeah, we do definitely need cash.
Right.
More than anything else. Oh, so I don't even get to keep the
downfall of randomly or procedurally generated stuff. Clearly, we need to have some kind of Disgaea Harvestman.
Wait, did I? Okay, that is putting it in the rucksack.
Disgaea Harvestman crossover. Well, that just a pretty shallow vein here. You can grab a 3rd thing and sell it all, right?
That's true. I can't put it in my hand.
Yeah. Oh.
What is that she's doing? It looks like she's eating gold dust, which is not healthy. Oh, is that just cash that she's picking up?
Oh, it must be. Yeah. Like you're actually finding gold, I guess, or something.
Well, it's like I'm actually finding money, which is
okay.
Okay.
And get out of here.
Well, let's get out of here.
That is a great running animation.
Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Okay. But she is exhausted, so I'll stop there.
Right.
Let's see.
You could wait until 5 and get some cash, and then go to the bar and hang out.
True.
You know, the happening nightclub, as long as you're there before 9.
Right.
Oh, Cece confirms that it's a small amount of gold, about 10 bucks each, I guess. Interesting. Aw.
Doggy.
Plaga's playing. Do you get paid immediately, or is it the following?
Yeah.
The produce.
Or at least I thought I got paid immediately.
You have 190.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I was paid immediately.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Let's go and get rip-roaring stuffed. I don't know if the place actually sells alcohol or not.
I know that the orchard sells.
Yeah, the orchard
bottles.
sells wine.
Right.
But I was saying, you would expect the...
You'd expect the nightclub to not be a BYOB, you know? That angle with their glasses looking dark, that I thought that, that was the Chinese guy just outside of the weird hat. So I'm guessing this is the canon couple for these two. You at least look at each other, you two.
Well, they're both really shy.
Well, I get that, but
You'll never find your bliss.
see
We're
you,
both losers. Let's hitch up.
see you or not.
It's both, CC. You can buy both wine and grape juice.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess if you are a... So if I guess since I'm straight edge, in real life, if I wanted to do that in character, I could just buy grape juice, I guess. But I don't think it would do much good.
It's like having the Lord's Supper.
And not at a Catholic, a church.
Well, they call that Eucharist. Ooh.